You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hi, I'm Joe Heath.
I'm Toni.
And this is the Watch-A-Thon of Rassilon presents Walk With Me.
It is. Do you want to wait till the wind dies down and then explain what that is?
Nope.
Okay. Do you want me to do another take?
No, I'm good. I think that's fine.
You're walking so fast, and I'm afraid that I'm getting too far from the microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will slow down.
Thank you.
I forget that I'm just
You got
talking.
the big legs.
And I'm just walking. Okay, so what is Walk With Me? Why don't you explain it? This was your idea.
This is my fault.
It is your fault.
I thought that it would be like a cute thing to do, bike.
Cool thing to do, bike?
Yeah.
You hear that? That was a bike.
Because we do the podcast, and the podcast is part of our life. And we also need to, walk more. And, a good walk, a good distance, a good amount of walking is also the same amount as a good podcast.
Sure.
So I thought maybe if we made, a walking podcast, this is terrible.
You're going so fast now.
You're going fast. Okay, let's slow down.
I'm
So I can speak.
trying to keep up with you.
I thought if we did a walking podcast, then we could make it part of our routine. It would be a good habit. Maybe it would also be a good podcast. I like going on walks with people.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe if we could make a podcast that felt like we were all going on a little hike together, that could be fun.
Should have called it Take a Hike.
Take a hike. Take a hike with Joe and Toni.
Walk With Me sounds like we're going to be talking about Twin Peaks.
Which maybe we should do.
Twin Peaks. It's got the weird.
It's got the weird. Joe is only capable of thinking in Instagram sounds at the moment.
It's true. My job is primarily making Instagram reels now. One of my jobs, I have two now, in addition to making podcasts and working at a comic book store.
Joe has so many jobs.
Too many jobs, one might say. Ooh, can you feel and hear that breeze?
I bet it's just...
You know, most of the time when we're recording a podcast and I'm editing it and we're oh, there's a horrible sound, hold on.
You can't hear it
I
at all.
never hear it. It never picks up.
I assume you can kind of hear the crunch crunch.
Yeah, but that adds to the aesthetic.
We are on it's a gravel trail. I will say I'm getting very self-conscious.
Because there's people?
Anytime there's other people, because I'm we are doing a weird, nerdy thing.
Yeah, I see people, so we're probably going to go radio silent here in a bit. But I'm going to edit that out, but I am going to put up the unedited for Patreon patrons. So if you want to hear 5 minutes of dead silence...
That's not dead silence, because you hear the nice crunch.
Yeah, you hear the crunch.
And
us say, ooh, cute puppy.
If you hear 5 minutes of gravel crunch, if that's asthma to you.
I'm sure it is for someone. Oh, corgi.
Anyway, when we were kind of pitching the idea of doing these little pilots of potential other things we could do, I thought this would be a good time to figure out if, this is something that could even work.
Right. We are just recording on my phone.
Yeah, the original idea is that we would both have labs that plug into our phones, and I didn't buy those in time. So I guess I wanted to see first if we could even talk and walk at the same time.
That's a little harder than I expected.
I'm a little out of breath. I'm not going to lie to you.
Part of it, though, is just trying to keep the mic between us, and if we have lav mics, that won't be as much of a problem. Do you want to say where we're at, or no? So that people can come stalk us?
Yeah, don't come stalk me.
But, we're not here all the time.
We're on Gilhardy Trail.
Gilhardy Trail on Lookout Mountain near world-famous Rock City and Ruby Falls.
Don't give them free advertising.
Maybe they'll sponsor us.
They won't.
Hey, Rock City, sponsor us. I think we saw a giant snake over here once.
Okay, do you remember we saw that snake, and then later...
There's that video of the giant snake crossing the trail.
Crossing the trail, and I was I know exactly where that is. I've seen that snake. Apparently it was a rattlesnake.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I didn't know rattlesnakes could get get that big.
I didn't think it could get that big either. When we were like trying to figure out if it was a snake, I was like, is that a boa constrictor?
I mean, I don't know what any snake is really, but I didn't know. I thought rattlesnakes were fairly small and they had a little rattle on it. Not big, thick.
They're babies,
boys.
That's why they got a rattle. I thought so too. With some beautiful flowers.
We're not actually to where I thought we saw the
Wildflowers.
snake, but
A little yellow butterfly.
I haven't done this in a minute.
Hiking?
Yeah.
That's not true. We've been to a handful of places.
I think the last... What was that?
Snake? Big snake?
Don't. Why were we talking about a big snake? I don't think I've been hiking since our anniversary, which was almost 2 months ago.
Gosh, that's true.
By the way, it is October 1st, first day of Halloween.
I also said that on September 1st.
You said it on September 1st. I'm a strict October boy for Halloween.
Hang on, let me tie...
Yellow ribbon around the old oak tree?
Yeah, I've got a long sleeve shirt on because it's fall and it's either going to be 50 degrees or 80 degrees, depending.
Someone left a little rock trail on this big rock.
Weird rock ritual happens there.
Yeah, but we started this and we have no plan. We're just talking.
Well, it's a pilot.
It's a pilot.
This is
nobody puts any effort into a pilot.
This is a fact-finding mission.
Yeah, to see how it goes. This is a test. This is only a test.
Do you want to go down to where the summoning circle is?
Oh yeah, we can go there if I can make it. If I'm in shape enough.
It's way far down this trail.
I will say, if we do keep doing this podcast, I'll probably be in better shape.
This is what I'm saying. It's synergy. It's efficient, right? We can
We're being productive in so many different ways.
We're producing content and getting exercise.
We're producing content. We're producing sweat. Yeah. Hey, so by this point, Star Trek's up. Did you guys like it?
Why don't you talk to me? You're trying to start a conversation.
You already talked about Star Trek. Yeah.
I'm saying you're trying to start a conversation with
the
audience.
Interactive with the audience, yeah.
But I feel like the podcast is
it's a one-way.
A conversation between us.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of you just being like, hey, what's going on with you guys?
So I should just be talking to you.
I mean, kind of. I feel like you're getting too in your head about it being a podcast.
So it should be more of a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just recording the conversation we'd ordinarily have while on a walk.
Okay. Yeah, but I felt like we were still in the explaining what the podcast is portion.
I know, but it's been going on a real long time and I had to stop you. I had to rein you in.
I just want to say, I'm not the most outdoors person, and I never was until I met you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You'll like it.
Thanks for letting me know.
I've seen you. I've only seen it I don't know. Every time we've gone camping or we have gone hiking, you just seem relaxed.
That's true.
You always are having a good time.
I'm not the kind of camper who doesn't bring. I'm not one of those people that just pops a tent and that's it. I need electricity and water and bathrooms and showers.
Camping is for we know this. Camping is for watching movies in the woods.
Yeah, and playing board games and card games and reading books.
Those Black Eyed Seasons? I think they're Black Eyed Seasons. There's a lot of wildflowers blooming right now.
I don't go outdoors. I don't know what things are.
That's an amaranth.
To me, they just look like daisies, but small.
What do daisies look like, Joe?
Yellow. They're yellow, ain't they?
Oh, the crunch is about to stop because we're on a bridge.
We're on a bridge.
I like this trail.
Ooh.
What
if this takes off and people love it so much that they listen to the episode while they do the hike?
While they're doing the same hike?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I got to the bridge at the same time.
I think really what would happen is that people would be well past the bridge and be like, wow.
Yeah. To be
they
fair,
just got to the bridge.
We're going at a leisurely pace because we're talking.
We're talking. Breath control.
Sorry.
I think that would be great. That's okay. That is that kind of was my idea for the podcast too. Was that
we have to do different trails.
You could listen, not necessarily do the same trail, but I listen to podcasts while I skate.
You can listen to it while you take a hike or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then we're all doing it together. John Green posted a TikTok the other day that was
oh, is it a different one? I thought you were going to talk about the one when we went to that park.
That's exactly the one I was talking about.
Well, that was not the other day, love.
Literally any day that's not today is the other day.
It was months and months and months ago.
The other day means a day that is not today.
Does that take you to the Toni Trail?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll believe you. Ooh, we're going downhill now.
Yeah.
So what, John Green?
He posted a thing that was like, I'm taking a stupid walk for my stupid mental health, and just was like a video of his walk, and was like, share your video of your stupid walk for your stupid mental health. And that's what, we went to that park and I made one. And that's what I think this is. Take a stupid walk for your stupid mental health with us. So your stupid friends.
This is a response to John Green.
Fine, yeah.
Maybe one of these days we'll find Alaska. That was a terrible joke.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
In context, awful.
Yeah.
We're getting to like some tricky...
What the heck? I'm confused by this path.
What are you confused about?
The path.
It goes down.
I thought we had to go this way for some reason.
That doesn't make any sense, love.
Well, I don't think I've been here since, like, fall. I don't think I've ever been here when fall has happened.
Ah.
So all these dead leaves look different.
All these dead leaves look different. We're in a mulchy part now.
We're in a mulchy part.
We're going straight down.
I should do this more often.
I'm sorry?
So anyway, how you been?
I've been having a time. To be honest with you, I've been having like a weird time where like
I've been having a weird time with my husband.
I just want to complain about him real quick. I've been having a weird time where like my baseline mental health, like the baseline for it, is probably higher than it's ever been. But like the weird thing is that like shitty things are happening, like in Chattanooga.
Yeah, there's been some like messy stuff with pride going on.
It's just been people
being awful human beings.
Attacking it and for like purely theatrical culture war reasons.
That's definitely something that someone has aggravated because of like, it's that whole like, you gotta protect the children thing, but they don't care about the children. They're just using that as an excuse to attack a group of people they don't like.
Yeah.
Whoa, this got deep real quick.
Yeah, I know. We normally talk about fucking Doctor Who.
Yeah, we're always talking about fucking Doctor Who.
Good save.
Which doctor do you most want to fuck?
I think the bigger question is which doctor fucks. And
yeah.
we know that...
We know. Christine did a whole post.
About which doctor fucks. I think is it 8? 8's the top of that list?
That sounds right.
I mean, same answer, too, also. Sorry.
I feel like 4 fucks, but it's weird.
4 fucks, but no one's happy about it.
I mean, 4's probably happy about it. What's the thing that he said?
Tom's putting it in now.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
You'll have to drop what episode you need to listen to understand that.
Yeah, there may be people listening to this who've never listened to our Doctor Who podcast. I don't remember what episode that was in. Do we need to go up or down?
Let's go down.
I think the circle's up, though.
I think you're right. I just don't want to be in the way. They both go up.
Okay.
You gotta go down to go up.
Makes no sense.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody.
But anyway,
your mental health.
Yeah, my point is that I'm actually like, I feel like I'm doing pretty well. Like I'm in boot camp in Derby.
Roller derby. Not the Kentucky one.
I've just been like feeling really well when I leave practice.
I have never been in this area before.
You have.
Oh, okay.
Remember
Ooh,
we
look at that.
Look at that.
I vaguely remember that. There's a big pothole.
Big little pothole. And then there's these steps that just go down.
I think there's a little climbing area over there.
We're in the part of the trail that's all for bouldering, which I would like to do, but I don't know how.
You need to go this way? This looks intense.
I'm going to do it.
All right, let's do it.
There's just rocks that go up, and I think we're going to climb on them.
The split.
Climb responsibly. That looks like a good hiding spot for a snake.
Hey, stop it. Stop it. My mental health has been, I think I've taken on too many jobs.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get rid of any of them.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been dealing with.
You're very good at all of them, too.
Yeah, I'm so damn good.
You're just so damn talented. It's a real problem.
One of them doesn't pay very well, but it's one I particularly enjoy doing because it's the kind of monotonous, putting stuff in a spreadsheet type of job that I enjoy. I once made a spreadsheet of every comic book movie ever made. It's a lot like that. I'm literally working in a comic book store. Oh my goodness! I'm climbing a mountain.
Yeah, I've stopped speaking. First of all, I'm way far away from the phone. And second of all, I'm like climbing over rocks like, huh.
Oh boy. Oh jeez. Hey, I almost died.
You might need to pocket the phone for a minute.
No, I got it.
Okay.
How long do you think we've been recording?
15 minutes.
About 20.
Oh, I'd say I've got a pretty solid sense of time.
That was almost a mistake.
We did it, though.
I can't wait till we get to the thing because I need to sit down.
We're at it.
I know, but I want to sit in it.
We did it, though.
We did it.
This is the place that we didn't know if we were going to be able to hike to.
It's right there.
It's right there. We did it in 15 minutes.
20.
20 minutes.
What do you call this? A labyrinth?
I call it a summoning circle, but it's a labyrinth. Not like a big corn maze labyrinth, but a labyrinth where you, it's a pattern. That's what always makes me think of Chronicles of Amber.
Oh, yeah, walking the line. Is that what it's called or something?
You walk the pattern.
Yeah, walk the pattern.
The thing about a labyrinth is that you walk the path of it, and it turns you towards your goal and then away from your goal until you finally end up in the middle. And it does make me think of Fruit Stock, because that's the first time I ever walked a labyrinth. And me and Christine, were you also very drunk? I was a little drunk. Me and Christine were trash. We're like the second drunkest I've ever been. Like, we're gonna go outside and we're gonna do this labyrinth. And I remember feeling like it was very somber. And Christine, who was also drunk, just kind of turned to me and was like, I don't know what's happening. And I was like, I don't either, but I think it's like church. I was like, just kind of bow your head. And it was, I mean, you can explain what like the labyrinth was for. It was for a member of the forum, the DAC forum, Douglas Adams Continuum, a member of the forum who had passed away. Which, it was very sweet, and our friend Fenny was also there, and she was not completely wasted. She understood what was happening and was like crying, and so just me and Christine had this like immense sense of like guilt of like trying very hard to like have the proper amount of I all didn't know what was going decorum. On. Like, should we be crying? Yeah, well, because you didn't realize what it was until you got to the center. But it was very sweet, and even though I felt very bad about it at the time, it's a nice memory. All right, we're gonna walk through it now. Yeah, let's do it. You thinking about something while you go through? Yeah, I am. Okay, I'm going to too. Should we be quiet and just meditate? Yeah. This is the meditation portion of the podcast. I'm going to leave in the silence unedited. Fuck. You made it? You made it? I learned some things. You learned some things? I did. I'm going to take a seat for a second. Sit on this rock and contemplate. How did everyone listening, did y'all contemplate something? That's also where the labyrinth sits. Overlooks the valley. Yeah, beautiful. It's very pretty. It's a beautiful day. Blue sky. Green trees. See the mountains all the way back. It's not too cloudy. This place was very fun to find the first time. Oh yeah, it wasn't finished being made. It was just a weird arrangement of rocks with one big rock in the center, and we were like, what did we just walk into? It's very peaceful. Could you imagine if you couldn't hear traffic? Yeah, it could be a little scary, I think. I can't hear birds. Can you hear them? A little bit. This is actually timed out pretty well, because this is about a half hour. It'll probably take us about a half hour to get back. That's about an hour podcast. This is what I'm saying. It's perfect. Yeah. That's why I pitched it. I mean, it'll be shorter because I'm going to edit some stuff out. But this is nice. This is good. That's what I'm talking about. I hate outdoors. I'm not an outdoors person. You feel relaxed? I never said I was an outdoors person. I do feel relaxed, though, yeah. You need this. Yeah, but then is it going to become a stress when I have to edit it? It might. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go have, like, a relaxing hike, but then there's work attached to it. Less stressful because you're like reliving a relaxing moment. Yeah, and that's true. You're just like, oh yeah. I actually really like editing the podcast, so I find that kind of relaxing. I like things that have clear end goals, so I can just finish a thing, you know? Mm-hmm.
Like editing a podcast is like, I've got an hour and a half of unedited audio, maybe 2 hours. And then I just get to editing it, and then I see how much I got left to do, keep progress on it. I can see how much I have left every 5 minutes I've edited.
For a creative person, you sure don't seem to like ambiguity or anything that lacks structure.
I mean, I do like structure. That is a thing that you need for writing.
That's true.
And like when you're making you're making a thing, there could be twists and turns along the way, but you know you know roughly what your end product's going to be.
Well, how do you know? That's what I've never been able to figure out.
No,
I can't write stories, so you're like, yeah, I know where it's supposed to go and how it ends.
Well, the structure helps. Yeah. Well, the structure helps, and sometimes you're like, because of this, this is going to happen. What's the next logical step, Or what's something that would make things interesting? Like, there's always something there to guide you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're not just going in blindly. Starting a thing is hard. Continuing a thing, I think, is kind of a little easier because you have stuff to go off of, generally. Sometimes you hit a spot and you're like, I have no idea what to do with this.
Is that usually when Ray writes before you?
No. Well, sometimes. Sometimes it's Christine, sometimes it's Ray. Sometimes it's Vince.
But never me, because I don't write.
You were writing a story once. What happened to that?
I got to a point where I stopped understanding what it was about, so I stopped writing it.
I think we were trying to force it into this other thing.
That is 100% what happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think that killed your creative flow.
You're kind of trying to force it to fit a theme so that it could go into an anthology, and it wasn't about what we were trying to make it about, I think.
I think you should pick it back up and not worry about trying to make it fit that theme. Just
that's what
write the story that it needs to be.
Started out was me just putting words together to build like a vibe that I liked, and then I sent that to a couple of people, and they're like, "This is great. You should turn it into a story." And it's like, I don't actually understand story and structure. I understand tone and atmosphere, and I can build that, and I don't know what to do with it once I have it, which is why all my writing is short poetry. That's very bad.
It's not bad.
I'll never let anyone read it.
That's sad. I like your poetry, even when it doesn't rhyme.
It doesn't have to rhyme. And it always has rhythm. You always are it doesn't rhyme, but it always has a pace to it.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be great if it had a pace and words sounded like other words?
Sometimes there are slant rhymes in there. It just doesn't have a ABAB structure or anything. It's not real unless it's ABAB.
No, it could be AABB.
Okay.
But definitely not ACAB. Bringing the politics back. I wish there was a third person here to take a picture of us on this thing.
And I could... I've got it. I mean, my phone has a timer.
What are you going to put it on?
That rock.
I mean, you can try.
Right.
I'm going to just narrate Toni's attempt to take a picture of us on this rock.
It feels disrespectful to go straight through the labyrinth, but I'm going to.
We'll finish the labyrinth once we take the picture. Oh, I was going to... Toni is looking at their phone. Toni does not remember where the thing is. The timer. Live photo. Does it look like a little stopwatch?
Yeah, but I don't see a little stopwatch.
You gotta frame the photo too. You gotta... Alright, Toni is precariously placing their phone. Oh, it blinded me. It reflected the sun right into my eyeballs. Is that gonna work? The way you said that makes it sound like maybe not. Would it be better if you were higher up over there?
It's too late, I got 10 seconds.
Alright, it took a picture. That doesn't look great. Maybe we try over there.
We're so small in it.
We're so small in it? I mean, that's fine. No one needs to see me up close. You can't even see the circle.
Alright.
We're barely in it.
Okay.
Toni is once again, there is a rock wall behind the labyrinth, and Toni is putting the phone on a stone wall. Toni is moving some bricks around. I feel like you're tilted up too much.
Well, I know, but that's what's keeping the phone from falling down.
Have you tried putting something in front of the phone? Okay.
Too late.
Get over here.
I got it.
All right, cool. You gonna go check it?
Oh, you want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it. I also enjoy making you run around while I just sit here.
Just for the novelty of it?
Yeah. How's it look?
That looks good, actually.
That one looks good? Oh, heck yeah. That one's going to be the title card.
I love it.
All right.
Now, go back to the Labyrinth proper.
Yes. We'll go back to the Labyrinth. You got to get it in front of me. We're going to go through the Labyrinth proper, and then we're going to head back to the car. All right, so now we're going to take another meditation break. Contemplate some more, you guys. We did it. That was the Labyrinth portion of the podcast. You know, if this ever got super popular, we would just do the Labyrinth break. Like, we kept coming back here. We do the Labyrinth break, then do an ad read on the...
Well, I feel like that ruins it, doesn't it?
If we do an ad read in the middle of the meditation break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not chill.
We're just like, just empty your mind, clear your mind. Buy a mattress from Casper.
Also, have you heard of Squarespace?
Just use the Audible promo code.
Hey everyone, this is Carrie from the Metal Geeks podcast. Thanks for geeking out with us for the past 10 years. Yes, I said that 10 years that we've been doing this, talking about video games and metal and TV and movies and comic books and theme parks and all that other cool stuff. Check us out on our website at metalgeeks.net and on all the socials at MetalGeeks. We are proud members of the ESO network. Keep it geeky and keep it metal.
I'm trying to remember if these are edible.
I wouldn't risk it.
I'm not going to, but I'm going to use Seek to see if they are what I think they are.
They look like blackberries.
They're not blackberries, but... Oh!
That's American pokeweed.
They're poisonous.
Oh, great.
This is what was growing in our backyard.
Pokeweed?
Yeah. So when it was little, the app thought it was beets, and then I let it grow up, and it was pokeweed. You can cook pokeweed when it's little.
You can also cook beets.
That is correct. I know you were like, it'll work out perfectly if we go back. But if we go that way, there's the little place where you can make brick art.
Oh, you want to do that?
A little.
Okay.
Sorry if that messes with your timing.
It really does, but where is it?
Actually, I don't remember. I thought it was over this way.
I think it's further away than you think.
You might be right, because I thought it was right over here. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I know what you're talking about.
That is this trail, isn't it?
I think you got to go that way, then up, then that way.
Well, maybe we do that. Maybe that's for another day.
Maybe that's, yeah, maybe Labyrinth's episode 1, Brick Arts episode 2. This is just a pilot.
Something very satisfying about it being like, because I was like, we can just end it at an hour. But there is something very satisfying about like having the Labyrinth
be the middle of the podcast.
Yes.
Episode, yeah. And also, I mean, if we did, we should leave the brick art for next time because we want people yearning for another episode of this bad boy. And that gives them something to look forward to. What? Brick art? Oh.
What even is that? I don't know. You don't know. You'll have to tune in next week. There won't be another one next week.
There won't be another next week. We'll only be doing this if our Patreon patron.
I think that goes down to somebody's
house.
Property.
Yeah, there'll only be another one if. Oh boy, we get.
Yeah, we messed up.
We messed up. There'll only be another one if we get Patreon money.
Yeah, unless if people like really, really like it and are like,
hey, give us more of that.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, I think unless there's something that like really catches with people, we're probably just going to move on to doing New Who.
I mean, I think we're going to be moving on to New Who no matter what. But if people really like one of these podcasts, let us know. And we might be doing it in addition to New Who.
How the heck do we get back?
This way. Follow me. And I know, like, Watch-A-Thon of Con is already a stretch goal on the Patreon. Though I might need to adjust the amount of the stretch goal.
Yeah, it needs to be so much that you would be able to actually
As mentioned, I have 2 other jobs. If it could financially replace one of those,
Then you could afford to spend the time on it.
yeah, not to put any pressure on you, but
That's just the logistics of it.
that's just the way the cookie crumbles. The capitalism cookie.
I don't know how the audio is going to turn out.
I think it's going to turn out fine.
Yeah?
I don't know if you heard the audio of Eddie McClintock, and I was a decent distance from him, and it came out all right. Not great, but this is right up on. Yeah, this is right up on us. So right now we're on Laney Loop Trail. Laney Loop.
How have you enjoyed your stupid walk for your stupid mental health?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. How has it been for you?
It's been good.
Oh, it's about to get worse.
Yeah, I made the mistake of, because it's fall, it's the first day of October, and I was like, it's going to be cold. So I'm not going to wear shorts because I'm going to be cold.
Uh-huh.
That was wrong. That was incorrect.
But also we're going uphill now. Oh, boy. I hope I'm not editing this and it's just like, you know?
Yeah, that'd be bad. It's less fun now. It's like, the second half of the podcast is just, that was a mistake. Oh, God.
Oh, boy. There's a bunch of rock climbing things here. Do you think you'd ever do one?
I think I'd have to lose a lot of weight. Here's the thing. I thoroughly enjoy climbing on top of and being on top of a big rock.
Right.
Like
Dwayne Johnson?
No.
Oh.
But that's my main motivation to be outside is to
climb
be
a big
sitting
rock?
on top of a big rock. Yeah. But the way bouldering works.
Is The Lion King your favorite animated film?
No, because someone falls off of a big rock. And it's sad.
Yeah, but Scar falls off of a big rock and it's fun.
It's true. I feel like I'd have to lose a lot of weight. Because I feel like the way bouldering works is you have to lift your full weight.
Yeah.
And for me, that's quite a bit.
Oh, I can barely lift my legs going up this hill. This is the part when I regret hiking.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
To the nice flat gravel trail.
The back half of the podcast is me dying. Going downhill is so much nicer. Why can't it be downhill both ways?
That's how the story goes.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about what you thought about in the circle? In the labyrinth?
How about you?
No.
It's personal. It's private.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about work stuff. Leave a comment. What did y'all think about?
I will tell you what I thought about.
What did you think about?
In a minute. Catch my breath.
That sounds like a good idea.
We're back at the bridge.
We're back at the bridge. People are going to think we walked back way quicker because I'm going to be editing all of this out.
I'll tell you because it's relevant to what I was thinking about.
Okay.
Which is that I need to open myself up more to people. That's it.
To whom?
Just the world at large, and share myself more than I do. You know?
Yeah. So, what is your plans on doing that? How do you plan on doing that?
It wasn't that long of a labyrinth. I don't know.
You didn't come up with any ideas?
I did, but I'm not making any promises here.
I don't know how. I mean, why not?
I could.
This
would it be crazy?
Yeah.
To do a poetry anthology.
I don't think it'd be crazy. I think it'd be fun.
Self-indulgent?
No. Are you talking about just when you say anthology, that usually means a bunch of different people do it, or are you just talking about a collection?
Yes, a collection. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, do a poetry collection. That'd be fine. That'd be good. That'd be cool.
I'm not even I'm talking about zine style, maybe. You know?
No, I'm talking about a full published, leather bound, hardback. Yeah, selling for $50.
Okay.
But no, yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome. That'd be cool.
I'll think about it. I got the idea in the labyrinth. I'll think about it.
I bet you could even, if you wanted to, self-publish it or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough. I'd really have to go in and look and
collect it together, finish writing that one story, and then, boom, got it.
I'll think about it.
You should. What would you call it?
I feel like you gotta honor the fact that it came from the labyrinth, right?
Yeah. Thoughts from the labyrinth?
Yeah. I don't know. A name for something. It's in one of my digital notebooks. but I don't remember it anymore. I have to go look it up. I submitted to like a bunch of different anthologies.
Yeah?
Under the pit, but I don't think they ever, like, I think they went the way of where you're like, that's a good idea, we should do that, and then you start to do it, and it's like, that's actually don't have the knowledge and power. How about you?
How about me what?
I don't know. Did you reach any conclusions? You don't have to share.
No, I didn't come to any conclusions. I'm still stuck in the labyrinth.
We're really heavy on the John Green references today, aren't we?
Oh yeah, that is from like a
It is.
Forgot. Lost in the labyrinth, that's what I am.
That was Allie, my sister's favorite book, and she was like, I am Alaska.
John Green called me a wuss on Tumblr because I cried reading that book. Remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
It was in response to your post, I think.
Because you had texted me and you're like, I'm crying at work. And I was like, what?
What's wrong?
What's
Are you
wrong?
okay?
What happened?
I was like, a spoiler happened in looking for Alaska.
I posted about it, and John Green replied, "Was that was funny?"
What's funny?
And I still think about it all the time.
It's a good book.
I never read it actually. You read it and really liked it. It was Allie's favorite book.
I never watched the miniseries either.
For as much as I was like